Compassion and empathy to co-create. Greetings, we are the Arcturian Counsil, and we are pleased to connect with all of you. You have taken many positive steps forward as a collective, and we have been observing how far you have come. The progress that you are making has been in your ability to feel. There are receptors within each and every one of you, some of which have been dormant or atrophied, and those are the receptors that have been activated recently. What you are capable of feeling more of now than ever here is compassion. You are able to empathize with the circumstance of others because of what you have drawn on in this lifetime. You have been drawing on your past life experiences, and those experiences have awakened the receptors within you, so that now more than ever you have compassion and empathy for your fellow humans. Now when you see other humans suffering, you are more likely to feel it yourself. You are more likely to be able to feel what someone else is feeling, and that is a good thing. It is positive for humanity because when you know how your words and actions affect others, you are more likely then to be kind. It is also important because when you experience the level of compassion that you've been experiencing, you're more likely to help each other. Humanity has always had the ability to sympathize and to hold compassion and empathy. But now you have reached a point where the collective energy that is generated by a natural disaster creates a ripple effect around the world that immediately sends help. You are helping each other to co-create a better planet, and it is all because of how much each of you has been willing to feel for your fellow humans. Avoiding your emotions. We have begun to examine the process that you use to make yourself feel better, and here's what we have observed. Oftentimes your attempts to feel better about a situation seem like the shortcut, the fastest and easiest way to get a higher vibration. However, we have noticed that the shortcuts are often the longest way to get to where you want to be in terms of your state of being. The fastest way to move through a lower vibrational emotion is to go right through it, or better put, to let it go right through you. All of the other techniques that we have seen you employ are like your prescription drugs. They have side effects and don't really cure anything. You are very skilled at suppressing what you feel, and it's not your fault that you've come to that particular approach to dealing with your emotions. But now that you recognize the ways in which you attempt to avoid feeling something, you can do something about it. For example, you can make an agreement with yourself that you will not use alcohol or drugs to numb yourself. You can also take other habits into consideration when making the agreement. For example, some of you use food, others sex, and others shopping to relieve yourself of a particular feeling state. So while you are in a neutral or good feeling state, it is an excellent idea for you to write down the things you know you do when you are not feeling very good. And then you can make an agreement with yourself that will not engage in these activities to numb yourself to any sort of emotion. Now, the way that many of you attempt to cover up emotion without even realizing you're doing it is with a thought. Thoughts can be used to solidify a vibration, but when you are using a thought to ignore something, to gloss over it, to put a happy face sticker on it, the thought is not effective. So if you pay attention to what you are thinking, and whether what you are thinking is a reflection of what you are feeling, or a response to what you are feeling, then you can do something about that particular habit. You can use your thoughts to make you aware of what you are feeling, or to amplify a feeling, but using them to negate a feeling is only going to prolong the situation. So again, we are recommending that you move right through it. You find your neutral space, and then you access the vibration that you actually want to feel. Your access to feelings. We are able to extend energies to you that you have yet been able to access without our assistance, but we would never create a need within you for us. We would never want you all to become dependent upon us. We want to empower you. And by extending these energies, we feel that we give you the best opportunity that we possibly can. The opportunity for you to access these energies within yourself that comes from your ability to feel. Everything that you are attempting to achieve in your life, whether it is a completely selfish act or a completely unselfish one, you are always seeking to feel something that goes beyond what you have been capable of access previously. As you continue to access higher and higher frequency energies, your ability to feel strengthens, and you eventually recognize that all you want to feel is contained within you as potential. You want to access what is inside of you already. Many of you are seeking to activate those dormant but potential energies through experiences, and that is certainly one way to go about it. But if you were to instead just feel for energies that are being offered to you by us and many other beings, you would find that what is inside of you can easily become activated and therefore felt. This is about stretching your feelings so that you can experience growth. And this is about acknowledging what is being given and is already inside of you. When you can do that, you can do anything. When you can feel however you want to feel, you are empowered beyond belief. Anger. It is appropriate for you to feel angry at certain times, and it is wonderful to see so many of you feeling the anger that comes up within you, and then letting it flow through you so that it can move on. The energy of anger, when suppressed, can erupt into violence, but when it is allowed to be experienced and felt, it can empower the individual who feels it, and they can move past not only the feeling of the anger, but they can also move beyond the person or subject that triggered the anger in the first place. Anger is a stepping stone to forgiveness. Anger is a stepping stone to unconditional love. If you allow your anger to flow through you, you get to feel relief, and you get to move on with your life. Those individuals who are not allowing the anger to flow through them are creating all sorts of problems for themselves, and they can get stuck in a loop where they continue to create experience for themselves that trigger the anger. Now, we also suggest that when you are feeling your anger, you let go of the thoughts about the situation or person that triggered it initially. You don't have to direct anger at anyone or anything. If instead you see it as an experience that you signed up for, you can let the anger move on and evolve to become something more, and you yourself can move on, evolve, and become something more. Now, often the anger of others frightens you. You see another operating from anger and taking action from that anger, and so you become scared of your own anger. You become afraid of what you might do if you allow yourself to feel that anger. But it is pent up, repressed, denied anger that causes that type of violent outburst. Anger that is allowed to flow through the individual is harmless, and it is healthy for you to allow yourself to feel it. The progress that you are making. We are able to recognize the tremendous progress that you are all making because we can read the energy of the human collective. We can see there is far more awareness and far less suppression going on within the average person because the energy of the human collective is showing us that you are coming to terms as a human race with much of what you have needed to look at, feel, and process. A shift in consciousness for an entire collective is a monumental task. No one said that it would be easy, and so you are being asked to face a variety of issues, traumas, and emotions. And sometimes you feel like you're coming one right after the other. This is how you actually can tell that you are making progress. It is by measuring how much you feel that you can know that progress is occurring within you. Think about how easy it is to ignore your feelings. You can drink alcohol, take illegal drugs, take pharmaceutical drugs, distract yourself with endless amounts of programming on television and on the internet. And those are just a few of the ways to numb yourself and suppress that which needs to come up and to be felt in order to be processed. So here's when we say that the progress you are making may not feel that way to you. It may feel like you are experiencing more pain, more sorrow, more fear. But what is really happening is that you are releasing it. First, you must be aware of what is going on within you. Then you must be willing to feel it. And finally, you must stay with it long enough to process it through your physical, energetic, and emotional bodies. And then you can allow in more of the energies of shift in consciousness, and that is what we see you all doing on a collective level. Reading each other's energy. You are approaching a turning point in the evolution of your consciousness as a collective. You will soon be able to distinguish your fellow humans by energy, rather by name, face, or even voice. Now this will be something that you develop without knowing that you are developing, because you will still be able to see the people and hear the people and read the name that is on the screen or on the caller ID. However, you are going to sense the person's energy first. You will know when someone is about to walk into a room a split second before they do. And when that split second gets a bit longer and a little bit longer, that is when you will know that you have your new ability. This is one of the initial phases of becoming telepathic. Now, in many ways, you are already telepathic, but we are talking about complete telepathy and a doing away with speech and writing emails and text altogether, because you will communicate with your energy. The first step is, of course, sensing the energy of who you are connecting to. We are talking about knowing each other by your energy signatures, also called vibrational signatures. And it is an important step in your evolution, because sensing energy means that there will be no more lying. There will be no more cover-ups. You will have trust in the person that you are talking to or dealing with, or you will choose not to talk or deal with that person. It will be quite simple and easy for you to make that distinction, and people will also know that they cannot lie. Let us put this another way. They will know that they cannot lie and get away with it anymore, and that transparency is going to shift you even higher in frequency until you reach a point where you feel completely comfortable with every human being, and that will shift you even further. Being transparent and honest all the time is something that you can start doing now. You can start by doing it yourself, and when you extend that courtesy out to all the other people in your life, you will know that you are evolving as an individual. So you see, you have your personal evolution and the evolution of the human collective, and oftentimes they mirror one another. We are the Arcturian Counsil, and we have enjoyed connecting with you.